I've been looking for all of the places that I might be able to run my startup, and I came up with an idea to start with the UK. So, as far as I realized, this is one of the places that usually people search for. So, in today's video, I want to have a look on the government website to see what are the requirements, is it a good option to apply for, and how is the general process for it. So let's dive right in immediately. Okay, so I searched for a startup visa for the UK, and then I found this page on the government website. They said that you can no longer apply for a startup visa, and they discontinued this visa actually. And instead, if you want to set up a business in the UK, you may apply for an Innovator Founder Visa. So we don't have a startup visa anymore, but they just changed the name to Innovator Founder Visa, which is like maybe a fancier name. So I found a printable version of government website, and this is all the information that we need for applying for Innovator Visa. So let's just read about all of the information that we need so that consider if it's a good option or not. So there are some eligibility, and let's start with the overview. So, if you want to have an innovator founder visa, you probably want to set up and run an innovative business in the UK, and you high chance had a business plan or MVP for your project. There are some, I would say, basic eligibilities that you need to meet in the first place. First of all, the idea the business idea or the business should be new, and you can't join a business that is already running and is working in the UK. It should be innovative as well, and the idea should be original. And basically, the idea should be scalable and viable. So you need to think if the business idea that you have is it possible to grow or scale in any case in the future. Can you create some jobs for people, or can you increase the profit? And you can analyze it from different aspects to make sure that it's viable and scalable. So when you meet all of these conditions, I would say that you took the first step, and then you can go for the other eligibilities. The next eligibility that is important is knowledge of English. So obviously, this is the UK. You need to be able to talk with your colleague, customers, government, and everybody, and you want to live here. So you must be able to speak, read, write, and understand English. And there are some requirements here. So you must prove you can have a B2 level for English language. For B2, based on the website, I would say you can understand the main ideas of complex text on both concrete and abstract topics, including technical discussion, and also can interact with a degree of fluency, and you can interact with native speakers easily. Also, you are able to produce text on a wide range of subjects and explain your viewpoint. This is the general overview of the English language that you need to show them. And also, how to prove that? You have a few options. If you have been a student in the UK when you were under 18, that would be okay. You don't need to prove anything because you probably have A level, Scottish National Qualification level 4 or 5 or something like that. Or maybe you were studying in another country and you had a degree level academic qualification. So that is another thing that you can prove that you already have English programs, or your education was in English, or you can take English tests like IELTS, TOEFL, or something like that. Right. So if you want to take English tests, there are some approved providers that you can take tests like IELTS and TOEFL and other ones. I would say IELTS is much easier and more fun than TOEFL because I have taken both tests. And for me, TOEFL was nightmare and was a bit old school. So IELTS is better from my perspective. Anyway, so let's move on to the next section. So this is another eligibility that you need to have. And later on, we go for endorsing bodies. There are some organizations that they need to approve your business and business idea so that you can go further and proceed with your application for a startup visa. Right. Okay. There are four organizations at the moment, which we are in July of 2025. And as you can see, these four organizations, UK Endorsing Services, Innovator International, Investors Limited, and the Global Entrepreneurs Program. These are four organizations that you can get endorsement. There are some legacy bodies as well, which they no longer accept new startup or innovator applications, as you can see. So you don't need to care about this, just you need to focus on these four. So these four have their own website and they charge you £1,000 at the moment, as you can see here, £1,000 per person to apply for your endorsement for an Innovator Founder Visa. And you pay this directly to the endorsing body. Probably it goes there and it doesn't go to the government website. So this is one of the websites, and you can see they put the apply now button on top. And before you apply, please make sure that you have reviewed how to apply. They have a page, and you need to have business plan, CV, and financial plan. And they have how to apply, and they usually have a sign up and sign in form. This is one of them. And if you go to the other one, it will be like this. Again, you can see easily apply for endorsement on top, and you need to fill out the form, and they consider your application. They probably send you an email, and you need to pay the non-refundable fee that let them to check your application. Okay, so it's a bit costly, I would say, because as a startup owner, you might not have enough money and you think that I need to save as much as I can. I have idea and I want to just bootstrap my idea, but 1,000 points is a bit mad, I would say, you know. But this is a thing, this is a must, and you need to pay it if you want to apply for UK startup visa. Okay, that was the another eligibility that you need to care. So, how long you can stay here? You can stay for 3 years. It doesn't matter if you come from outside or you're switching your visa from something like a student visa or something else to the student visa, to the startup visa. And you will need to meet with your endorsing body after 12 months and 24 months to show you are making progress. So over time, you need to sit down with these endorsing bodies and show your numbers or show your progress somehow to satisfy them that you are on a track, that you are improving your business so that they can still support you. But your visa may be cut short if your endorsement is withdrawn by the endorsement body. If you want to stay longer, you must reapply with a new endorsement. So if you can't show the progress, you need to apply again. So you need to pay all of the fees again, and it will be very costly for you. And if you want to stay longer in the UK, you can stay for another 3 years. You can apply for extend when it's expired, or maybe you can apply for settlements once you have been in the UK for 3 years. So You probably want to apply to extend an Innovator Founder Visa, but you also need to show uh, some eligibility as well. So the eligibility that I mentioned already, you need to meet them, and you should have still running a business in the UK or want to set up a new one. So in that case, you can extend your visa. It depends on your application. So if you can show progress, you might be able to extend your visa to the full settlement. And as you can see, apply for settlements once you have been in the UK for 3 years. So you just need to focus for the first 3 years, do as much as you can, try to progress. And after that, you just need to satisfy endorsing bodies. So when you reach 3 years, you can apply for either 3 more years or get your settlement. How to apply? If you are outside the UK or if you are inside the UK, the process is more or less same. And there are some stuff that are common sense, so I don't want to go through them, to waste your time. And I just was checking all of these information to consider for myself because I'm based in the UK and I want to see if it's a good idea to set up the startup here. And you can check all of these links. How long does it take? The process usually takes 3 weeks if you are applying from outside of the UK, and 8 weeks if you are inside of the UK. So this is just a general number, but it could be more or less. And obviously, if you want faster decision, they can process your application faster, and you need to pay for the fee, which would be different, from time to time. £500 to get a decision within 5 working days. £1,000 to get a decision by the end of the next working day. This is for now. Maybe it will be more later. Okay, and there are other fees as well. I told you there is a £1,000 fee for endorsement body, and apart from that, you need to pay for the visa. It costs 1,274 per person if you apply outside of the UK, and I don't understand why it costs more if you apply to extend or switch your visa in the UK. To me, it's a bit, doesn't make sense. So this is for one person. And then on top of that, you need to pay for healthcare surcharge. Apply for the healthcare as part of your applications. And there are some points that you need to care actually, which are what you can and what you cannot do. You can set up a business or several businesses at the same time. You can work for your business. This includes being employed as a director or self-employed or as a member of a business partnership. You can do work outside your business as long as its job is needing at least a level 3 qualification. You can bring your partner and children with you as your dependent if they are eligible. You can travel abroad and return to the UK, so you have multiple entry visa. You can apply to settle permanently in the UK or indefinite leave to remain if you have lived in the UK for 3 years, and you need to meet the eligibility as well. And what you cannot to do, you you can't apply for most benefits like public funds that British people have, and you can't work as a professional sports person, for example, a sport coach. I remember I couldn't work as a professional sports person as well when I had a student visa in the UK, so they are very strict on this. And at the end, if your application is successful, you will get a full list of what you can, what you cannot do with the Innovator Founder Visa. This is all the information that you need, and they explain everything. To be honest, their website is top notch compared to other government websites, and you have all of the information that you need, and so you can just go through them, and if you are interested, you can apply.